Here we go, though, to the grid for 5 red lights for the Division 2 Austrian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go, and I do think the Ferraris both did get a pretty good start. Casper already trying to go down the inside of Ronan, gets that very nicely. And we see Cintium as well, already battling with Mattia Manga. Mattia Manga down the inside for turn 2, but into turn 3, Cintium will have the inside line, and I think they will cover that quite nicely. The Red Bull nearly outbrakes itself. Cintium going for a move on Gone to the Moon as well, and I think Gone to the Moon, Cintium still going side by side as it's a drag race into turn 4. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Cintium or Gone to the Moon? Cintium still holding it down the inside of the Aston Martin into turn 4, brakes latest, really forces the Aston Martin to the outside, and he's done that quite nicely. Mattia Manga now trying to go down the inside of the Aston Martin, and it's got him as we go into turn 6. Very good move from Mattia Manga. Gone to the Moon down in P5. Alfonso Alonso just behind here, waiting to pick up the scraps as well. Adam Spalding as well, just controlling their pace as well, trying to keep Jojo behind. And I think it's no surprise to see all of the drivers on mediums as well. Doug in P12 as well, having a bit of contact with Reflex there, and he's lost a place to Side Effects, and he might even lose a place to Millard as well. Millard now trying to go down the inside as we start lap 2 into turn 1, and I think Millard is just stuck into the slipstream there, not looking to make any risky moves into turn 1, maybe trying to set it up into turn 2 as Millard goes all off the track there. But has he got the better straight line speed? But I think Side Effects is going to be under pressure by Doug, as Doug has actually gone round the inside of turn 2, round the outside of turn 3. A little bit of contact there as Reflex and the Bird having a bit of contact as well. But as we now go down the straight, DRS enabled, and I think Reflex is actually going to try go down the inside of all of these drivers. No, that was the Bird in fact. But Reflex in P12, the Bird in P11, actually fighting with Doug as we go into turn 6. And Doug just holds onto that position at the moment. But the Bird switches to the inside into turn 7. And they are very close to contact. Bit of contact as Doug has actually been pushed onto the gravel trap there. Rejoining the track a little bit unsafely. And he's been crashing. He's into the wall. And that was because of the unsafe rejoin, I do believe. And I think Alfonso Alonso actually had a moment there out of turn 3 as he's lost 3 positions and might even lose another position to Gone to the Moon, as Gone to the Moon now goes down the inside of the Mercedes driver into turn 4, and they're still going to be side by side on the exit. Alfonso Alonso has a slight snap, and that has allowed Gone to the Moon to get through, and I think we have actually had a spin there at the back. I believe it was probably the Bird involved in that. Cintium very close there. I think that was Mattia Manga who had a massive snap out of turn 1. But here we go, Cintium is closing in on Ronan. He's closing in on Ronan. Is he going to try go around the outside? No, he's going to switch to the inside, late braking side by side. Little bit of contact. Has Ronan been able to get the better exit to maintain P2? Or is Cintium going to be there on the inside? They're going to go side by side into turn 4. DRS for both of them. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? It's going to be Cintium. Can he hold this around the inside of the Ferrari? Going into the exit. Has he been able to hold it? He's burning the overtake, and he's got the Ferrari, but the Ferrari now down the inside as we go into turn 6. Cintium still there on the outside. Has Ronan been able to get him? No, he hasn't. And Ronan is going to have to stay behind in P3. Is he going to try dive into the inside? No, he isn't, but Mattia Manga is going to try and look for it. Mattia Manga has gone down the inside of the Ferrari. Can the Ferrari be able to hold on to this? Or is the Ferrari going to lose 2 positions here? As it's going to be a drag race once again into turn 4. And I think Ronan has just been able to hold that. But Mattia Manga still trying to send this down the inside. And is he going to be able to hold this as he gets a slight snap of oversteer? And I think he might actually be able to get this on Ronan going into turn 6. Ronan's still trying to hold it around the inside. And I think Ronan has just been able to defend that quite nicely. Ronan stays in P3. Oh, Cintium's going to go for the lead here as we go into turn 4. 3. I don't know why I keep missing up these names, but Cintium is now our new race lead as Casper. Cintium has had a moment. He must have had a moment out of turn 1 because Casper and Ronan retaking P1 and P2, and now the 2 Red Bulls are going to try and battle each other. Cintium is going to try and dive one of them, going to try and dive Jojo, and has got them, but on the exit is Jojo's just gotten the better of traction on the exit, and I think he has, and I think the Red Bull is just going to be able to hold P4, but Cintium is going to try the dives that he's been doing for pretty much the entire race. Nearly collects the other Red Bull, and look at Jojo with a switchback. Lovely move there to spot Cintium going deep, and Jojo holds P4. Very nicely done. He just isn't able to get it. I think Side Effects has had a moment, I think. Yeah, massive moment as he's now going to go side by side with Master Lynx going into turn 9. Oh, and they do manage to go side by side as Alec gets a massive snap there. And Alec having to go off track there as the two Ferraris swap positions once again. Mattia Manga is going to try and go down the inside of Ronan. And he has got it into the braking zone, but taps the Ferrari a little bit. The Ferrari's been compromised a little bit by that. And I don't think he's going to get the better traction to try and maintain P2, but I think he actually has done in the second phase of the acceleration. But Mattia Manga still trying to go down the inside of turn 4. But Mattia Manga, I think, might have to just hold the, give this up as we go into turn 6. Ronan just has the inside. However, Mattia Manga trying to go for the switchback, but just isn't able to. Ronan is just able to hold P2 at the moment. And Dimitri going for a dive there on the bird. Ooh, as the bird taps the back a little bit of the Williams driver, having a little bit more contact. And Dimitri might even lose a position to the bird as well. As the bird going down the inside of Side Effects, actually, not Dimitri. And yeah, the bird actually gets the move done. Side Effects being pushed off a little bit there. And they are doing a very nice job holding these two Red Bulls behind. But these two Red Bulls behind trying a battle of their own as well. As Jojo is actually taking that P3 spot off their teammates. And Jojo might even try and look to get past both of these Ferraris, but isn't able to do so on this occasion. And I think that is Gone to the Moon, who's had a massive moment out of turn 4, as Mattia Manga is going to try and battle with Cintium on the exit of turn 4. And going into turn 6, they're still going to go side by side. Cintium actually surprisingly has a lot of traction around the outside and gets the place. What a move by Cintium round the outside of turn 7. Or is that Alfonso Alonso pulling the trigger early? Obviously looking for the undercut, so it'll be interesting to see where the other driver, or when the other drivers are A, going to react, and B, where they're going to come out compared to Alfonso Alonso. Right, Ronan on the pit exit. Alfonso Alonso, you can see there, coming through turn 1. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Ronan? Is it going to be Alfonso Alonso? Out of the exit, and Alfonso Alonso does pull the undercut quite nicely, but Ronan is right there with a lap fresher tyres, both on hard tyres. As Alfonso Alonso probably throwing this away, he's not within DRS of Master Links, and Ronan is right there with the DRS, with the better battery. I think Ronan is going to be able to get this quite easily in the next lap or so. Alfonso Alonso coming out of the final corner right now. Those four drivers still in the pits, coming onto the pit exit right now. Jojo is coming through the first corner right now in the pit lane, and I think Alfonso Alonso has got him. No, he's just behind Jojo, but he has got the DRS. Is Alfonso Alonso going to look to try and go down the inside to take the net P1? And he is there, goes down the inside, latest on the brakes, warmer tyres, and has got the move quite nicely. And now it's Ronan's turn to get past Jojo. And yeah, these drivers not really timing that pit stop quite nicely, but Alfonso Alonso does have the Warner tyres. I may remind you, Ronan's actually going to go around the outside of the Red Bull, but just can't take that position. As there's a lot of DRS training here, as I think Cintium and Reflex are going to go side by side. Reflex does get the move quite nicely. Good move from Reflex on Cintium, but Cintium with the better exit, with the better traction. He's going to go around the outside of turn 6 on the V-carb, but just isn't able to get it, and the Haas will have to stay in P7. But Dodo and Millard going side by side here into turn 7. Down the inside, Millard has got this on the inside, but Dodo around the outside. I think Millard has actually got that bit of contact going into turn 7 and 8. And Millard gets that place quite nicely. Master Link's now into the pits. So Alfonso Alonso will now take the official lead of the race. But Jojo around the outside. Alec has retired from the session. That's in the pit lane. But look at Ronan. Ronan with a huge dive bomb down the inside. Literally saw that late. And I don't think he's going to get the move on Jojo. But he's got the move on Alfonso Alonso sealed. But Ronan might try to go down the inside of the Red Bull, which he is going to, into turn 4. Has Ronan got this? Alfonso Alonso got his, or Jojo, sorry, is going to try and hold this round the outside. We'll now have the inside for turn 6, but it doesn't matter. Ronan into the lead of the race once again, as Casper is going to try and make the move on Alfonso Alonso down the inside of turn 3. Has he got the better exit? He probably has done. And if he can just try and cover off the Mercedes, which he has done, I think that's Casper that's sealed P2. Jojo, though, is going to try and go down the inside of Ronan once again going into turn 4. And is Jojo going to be able to keep this? He's going to have the inside for turn, or for the no-name, or turn 5, in fact, round the outside of turn 6. and he now retakes the lead. Alfonso Alonso behind, but Reflex is going to be trying to defend off Mattia Manga, who goes down the inside, trying to get alongside Alfonso Alonso as well. He isn't able to get Alfonso Alonso, but I don't know where Reflex is because of this camera angle. Reflex is behind. So Mattia Manga making a move there into P5 on the straight, but let's see what is going to happen with Reflex right now. Cynthia might even try and make a move going into turn 3, which he is going to. And I think Alfonso Alonso further up is making a move on Ronan. Alfonso Alonso has got it, or going side by side. Cynthia has got the move on Reflex. Let's spectate the drag race into turn 4. And the R&D side by side. Is it Ronan? Is it Alfonso Alonso? Side by side still through turn 4. Great wheel-to-wheel action. Very clean as well. And they're still going to go wheel-to-wheel into turn 6. And Ronan gets that and stays in P3. Nicely done. Always, I think that's Alfonso Alonso, who has had a moment and might be compromised. And we're going to see a move at the top, I do believe. Ronan, it's going to be 3 wide into turn 3 momentarily. And it's going to be Ronan that gets the move on the lead. Casper with the switch back on Jojo. Can the 2 Ferraris take the 1-2 spots? Here we go. Going into turn 4. 3 wide into turn 4. The 2 Ferraris on the inside. Ronan has to back, Casper has to back out. Ronan's still in the lead. Jojo is on the outside though. Is it going to be Jojo or Ronan as we go into turn 6? And I think Jojo actually gave Ronan the place there. Casper will stay in P3, but it's going to be under pressure by Alfonso Alonso going into turn 7 and into turn 8. Is it going to be the Mercedes? Is it going to be the Ferrari? As it's still going to go wheel to wheel into turn 9. One of them's going to back out, and it is going to be Casper. As Adam Spalding is actually within this fight as well. The top 7 fight is now a top 8 fight. Is Reflex and Alfonso Alonso going side by side? Reflex! I didn't see that, but Reflex making a move into P5. Or can Reflex actually make the move? Alfonso Alonso, though, is going to go for a move on Reflex, as they are going to go 3 wide into turn 3. Oh my god, and Casper has actually lost a lot of time. He's now down in P7. I don't know what happened to Casper, but Mattia Manga and Adam Spalding got past. Reflex into P4 somehow, but side by side go Mattia Manga and Adam Spalding. Adam Spalding round the outside, and he has to concede the place to the Red Bull. As Ronan is going to try and hold on to P1, but isn't able to. Jojo goes around the outside, and I think even Cintium's going to go for this as well. Down the inside, Cintium goes, and Ronan down in P3. Is Reflex going to try and maybe make a move, but he's going to be under pressure by Mattia Manga. But he is going to go down the inside, Reflex, on the Ferrari. And I'll tell you what, I think he might actually get him here. Down the inside, he's going to really push the Ferrari off the track there. But despite that, Ronan able to maintain P3. Ronan, though, still in the net P1, though, because of Pens in front. As Mattia Manga is going to go side by side with Adam Spalding. And Adam Spalding just able to take P5 there off the Red Bull driver. Jojo having a massive snap. Cintium now will retake the lead. Jojo, I think, might just have been able to get that. As Reflex has retired from the race. No. I think he might have crashed, unfortunately. Oh, that is heartbreak for the V-Carb. And just to have that all thrown away because of a simple mistake, it is absolutely heartbreaking. But here we go, Jojo with a much better exit there on Cintium as we go into turn 4. And I think Jojo might actually get this to retake the lead of the race. He does. Mattia Manga now trying to go down the inside of Ronan. And I think Mattia Manga has actually got that quite nicely, but Ronan is still there on the outside. And Ronan then will just have to now slot in behind Mattia Manga. 2 Ferraris in P4 and P5 were running a P1 and P2. Oh, so I think there's a massive crash at the back there involving Master Lynx and Dimitri. What happened there? With those two? I have no idea what happened with them, but they were both on, in the gravel trap. And he is going to go down the inside. Into P1 he goes. And, he's actually tapped the back of Jojo, and that's allowed Mattia Manga to go down the inside. Can Mattia Manga actually make the move here? As I think that's Ronan that's had a spin there on the exit of turn 3 there. And Mattia Manga does go down the inside of Cintium. Can he get the place, though, to take P1? Yes, he does. But Cintium is still there. It's to go down the inside of turn 6 as they are still going to go wheel to wheel. Sintium on the inside, Mattia Manga on the outside, who gets the place into P1. Casper might be on for a win as you see Sintium go down the inside of the Red Bull to retake the lead. A load of lockups there. Jojo is actually still trying to hold this around the inside, and I think Jojo might actually be able to hold this as all of them are burning for their absolute life, as turn 4 really is the final opportunity of overtaking. But the two Red Bulls make the overtake on Sintium, and Jojo is still going to try to go around the outside. Mattia Manga takes the lead of the race, and Sintium is going to try and hold on to this as we go into turn 6. Jojo there. Oh, someone's had a spin there. I think that might have been Alfonso Alonso into turn 7 and 8, and Sintium holds on to P2, but he does have those pens. Jojo is in P3 right now, but he might get demoted on pens. But around the final corner comes Mattia Manga to win on track for the Austrian Grand Prix, burning for his life, but on pens, he's going to drop down to P2. Casper will take the lead Casper will take the win of the Austrian Grand Prix. Mattia Manga and Jojo finishing P2 and P3, final steps on the podium. Good drive for them. Ronan will finish in P4 with Sintium, unfortunately with his 6-second penalty, finishing in P5. Adam Spalding and the Aston Martin picking up a nice P6 there, with Alfonso Alonso with an unfortunate late spin finishing in P7. Miller then will finish in P8 with the Bird in P9, Dodo P10, White Josh P11, Side Effects P12, Gone to the Moon P13. Dimitri will finish in P14 with Panda in P15, and Master Lynx, who has already finished the race, will finish in P16. Oh my days, what a battle that was. Action absolutely every single lap, but Casper comes out on top to take the lead for Scuderia Ferrari.